Passionenhancers meeting for December 2025. It's the last meeting of the year. Can you believe it? And so let's see, I'm going to start out by talking about the 12 days of Christmas. The 12 days of Christmas. If you don't know how this works, the way it works is that there are specific predetermined times that Dalton has actually posted in the Naughty Cocktail Party consultant group. And it's once a day, and I think he alternates between morning and evening, but the post is up there. And during that predetermined time, he goes live in that group, and everyone should jump on if they can, as fast as they can, because there's going to be 5 minutes of time where people are gathering on and saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, under Dalton's live in the comments. And they have 5 minutes. Dalton's going to stall for 5 minutes. And meanwhile, they are writing down the names, or they're putting it into some randomizer or whatever they're doing, but they're gathering the names of the people who are there, right? And you have to be there within the 5 minute period. Now, I know for a fact at least 2 people were missed out, and they shouldn't have missed out because they really were there. I know that. And I'm going to be torturing Dalton about that later on. But right now, just so you know, the way it works is you're supposed to jump on during the designated time under his live, comment, I'm here, or your name, or whatever. And then he's saying the person's name. So he's kind of, as he's going along, he's saying, I see Jan, I see Sherry, whatever he's saying. And Brandon or Tabitha are writing down the names as fast as they can. And when the 5 minutes are up, then they do a drawing of one lucky person amongst the names of those people who were there. And that person gets to pick a gift from underneath the tree. However, I don't think there's a tree yet. By the time he gets the tree together, it'll be pick, they won't need the tree anymore. But he picks the gift. They pick the gift from underneath the tree, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever quantity. Well, there's 12 of them. And then she who picked the gift, then he opens it and she gets it for free. So if it's a siren, then he opens the gift, turns out to be a siren. If Sherry was the one that won, then Sherry gets the siren for free, and immediately 12 more people can get the siren for $12, and it's one each. And the way you'll see it is, let's say he draws, you go into your back office very quickly, and it'll say day 3, and it'll be a sign that says day 3 as a product inside your back office, and it pops up. It's always the first one anyway. And if it's not there, you just might have to refresh your screen or step out and step in. I've had to do that before. Anyway, it pops up within seconds. And then if you want it, you can get it for $12. If you if you really want to add more things to the cart to have the shipping have a little bit more of a value, then you better add those things to the cart before any of this drawing takes place, because products sell out literally in like a minute or 2. And so you have to be ready. So if you want to buy, like a 6-pack of heart warmers, you better have that 6-pack of heart warmers already in the cart, and then grab this $12 item as soon as it comes in, add it to your cart, check out, and then you've got the item for $12. Okay. If you just buy it alone, like I did on the day 1, you are paying $9.95 shipping. So technically you're not really getting it for $12. You're getting it for $27, right? But it was a enchanted, so it was worthwhile for me. So anyway, that's how it works. Sherry, were you going to say something?
I paid over $11 shipping, so I think that the shipping is updated.
Oh, okay. Oh, Really? And for
I
one
did
item?
today
For one item?
for one item.
It wasn't supposed to go up on the single,
it
on
wasn't.
on that first tier was supposed to stay the same.
Yeah, are
I
you
paid
sure?
$11. I need to reach out to him about that. I'll pull up my invoice.
Yeah, check out that because it could have been tax or something, but check out that.
You're right. It could have been tax. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot Mississippi has now started being taxed.
Darn that. I know.
I can't with you guys.
You guys, you slid by for a whole 2 years.
But the shipping scale did go into effect December 1st. So
That's true. Thank you. And he could have made a mistake. So Sherry, like, human error. There could be an error on there.
I'm going to go look at it real quick.
Yeah. Okay. The mini party is the date for the mini party would be normally December 14th, and we can have it be December 14th. But since I'm the one that usually has that Zoom going, it might be a little tricky because the 15th is my mom's birthday and she turns 105, so I kind of have to be there. And then we have 2 other birthdays that we kind of do them all together. So we were thinking of doing them on the 14th. So I'll get back to you guys about that. But as it stands, in theory, it would be this Sunday, December 14th. Okay, and then the new consultant orientation calls are the 8th, which I believe the 8th, I can't remember. One of them's a Monday and one's a Sunday. So the 8th and the 21st. And the time of that is changed. It's going to be 15 minutes later. It's 5:45, which is 6:45 Mountain, 7:45 Central, and 8:45 Eastern. And that's just because Shireen needs a little bit of time to get back home after work. So just know that the new consultant orientation call, it's on the 8th and the 21st this time, and it starts on 5:45. And I'll be posting that and sending an email and all that stuff. And then the Meet Naughty Cocktail Parties opportunity call, as far as we know, we haven't discussed this, but as far as we know, it's generally Tuesday. And this would be December 16th. Okay. So as far as I know, that's the date, but we haven't truly discussed it in case that there's some change. Okay. So Tandy, are you with me?
I am.
Okay. So Tandy is in charge of a few trivia questions, or I don't know if they're trivia. I don't know what you want to call these questions, but so they're sort of significant to the holidays and significant to romance and couples and so forth. So Tandy, you guys are going to answer. You're going to put your answers in the chat for her. So Tandy, take it away.
All right. Okay. So give me just one second. And all right. So we're going to do some trivia. What is cuffing season? What is cuffing season? And you're going to put multiple choice. You're going to put your answers in the chat. Is it A, during the holiday season, more love partners give handcuffs than any other bedroom accessory? Or is it B, the holiday season where people look for a cuddle partner to keep them warm, survive family gatherings, and have physical intimacy? Or is it C, the season where people are so tempted to text their ex that they feel like they need to be handcuffed away from their phones? Or D, the season where one partner feels handcuffed to be forced to watch holiday movies with the other?
Okay, which one?
Is it A, B, C, or D? Now I gotta be honest. I've watched 12 Hallmark holiday movies.
Oh my God, 12?
I'm like, it's my birthday week. It's my birthday month.
Oh, okay. Well, does your husband feel like he's
Art said after today, I lost all my privileges.
All
right. Is it A, during the holiday season, more love partners give handcuffs than any other bedroom accessory? Or is it B, the holiday season when people look to a cuddle partner to keep them warm, survive family gatherings, and have physical intimacy. C, the season where people are tempted to text their ex that they feel that they need to be handcuffed away from their phones. Or D, the season of one partner feels handcuffed to forced to watch holiday movies than any other. All right, let's take a look. Take a look. 'Tis the season. All right. Whoever said B is correct. The holiday season where people look for a cuddle partner to keep warm, survive family gatherings, and have physical intimacy.
Yep.
I like to spoon to keep my butt warm. So
Can you believe that? Basically, that is some sort of slang that's used,
cuffing,
and
cuffing
that,
season.
yeah, and that it's known that there's more connection happening on dating apps because people are just desperate to have someone else do
So-
holidays with them.
It's funny because really it came when it really started coming out was skinny girls were looking for big dudes, teddy bears,
Oh,
to
stay warm.
keep them warm during the winter, during the fall and the winter. And that's where they started with cuffing seasons. So it was like big boys were like, oh, it's my season, you know.
That's
So
funny.
yeah.
wow. That's funny. Okay. All right. So next we are going to have Michelle with her natural pink hair. And Michelle is going to show us a few products.
Am I on?
You're on. We hear you.
Okay, so I wanted to add really quick on the 12 days to if you do add your product, like say you want to get a couple items to get more bang for your buck on the shipping, don't forget to put your 40 off or 50 off or whatever it is.
Yes. Thank you.
Otherwise, you won't get it.
Right.
I know.
You learned that the hard way.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Drive. And why I like this is because it's more than a BOGO. You get a lot of bangs for your buck. So I like to start out with the bullet. I can't see me. Hold on. I like
Oh,
to
we can
see
see you. We can see you.
Okay.
We can see the bullet, and we can see that fabulous hat, the whole thing.
Thank you.
You got it all working.
So this is just a basic bullet. But what's really cool is it comes with a remote. So what you would do is turn it on first, which is right at the base right here. And then you can use the remote after that. So I'm going to put that away so I don't lose it. And then this is just a basic bullet. You can use this on your clitoris. You can use it inside your vagina. You don't want to use it in the anus area because the anus is a highway and you will lose it. Gone Leon. But you can use it in the vagina because it's a cul-de-sac and it'll come right back. So also what's really cool with a bullet is you can put it on your cheek while you're doing an oral massage. You could put it on your like bone, like the jawbone, so that your partner feels the vibrations. You can put it on your neck too. So you can stimulate nipples. There's just so many things you can do with this little guy. But what's really cool about this is dun, 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 it comes with the C-ring. And you just slide it in like so. Not that easy to slide on because it's silicone, but slide it on. I should have stretched it. Okay. Like so. Okay. I'm getting there. This is why lube would be good.
Hey, where's that lubricant when you need it?
Which brings me to lube commercial.
Yes.
It's really important to have lube when you have a C-ring. So you could use the lube to get the bullet on. But as hard as it is to get the band onto the bullet is a reminder that you want to make sure you use a lot of lube on your partner with a penis. Because it's like a rubber band. So it's gonna hurt if you don't have a lot of lube. So it's real stretchy. I can put it on my wrist. So it's big enough to go on a penis. I may have a little friend here I could demo it on. There. Happen to have a little friend. Say hello to my little friend. Okay, so you want to make sure you have a lot of lube. You slide it down the shaft. And what this does is once the penis is erect and you put this down, it's going to put pressure on the vas deferens. It's going to prolong the hardness. It's going to keep all the blood inside the penis and in the tissue. And then it's also going to make their ejaculation way more intense. What's cool about this with the vibrator on it is they're going to feel the vibes, but you're also going to feel the vibes too. If this is your vagina, your clitoris, it'll hit these nubs. So it's a little extra ooh la la for you. If they want to do masturbate by themselves, they can put it on their scrotum like so. You can also actually stretch it all, bring it around town and put it on their scrotum as well. So I think that's pretty much it for the drive. Oh, it has how many speeds? It has I don't know. I think it had like 13. Nope, it has 10 settings. From cruising speeds to sport mode. So this is called drive, huh?
That's a good one.
And then I wanted to
Especially because it's called drive.
it's called drive. So cruising to
Cruising speeds, right?
life in the fast lane.
Right.
I wanted to show too, I always like to show how to plug it in because this is always the number one question when they get stuff is like, I don't know how to plug it in. So that's where you plug it in, which is right by where you turn it on.
So now I want to name each speed, like cruising, like driving over a gravel road or something.
That's what's going to happen if you don't use lube. No bueno. The next item is what I forgot who won on the first night. But it's Enchanted. Azure got the tango today. It was somebody else. I think it started with the M.
Oh, who did get
Meredith or Melinda or
Megan.
Megan.
Megan?
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So this is Enchanted. I love this. It's super flexible. It's got a curve and it's curved so that it'll hit your G spot. It has textures, which that is going to go on your G spot. Super flexible. It's going to go in super easy. I like to call this the go-go gadget arm. You can use this during intercourse. Your partner can have it or you can have it and you just put it on your clitoris if you want. You can use this on their prostate. You can go just a little bit further and use it on their prostate. If you have a partner with a penis, if you have a partner with a vagina, you can do the same thing. So go-go gadget arm, super fantastic. This has 3-speed, like starts from low to high. And then it also has 10 vibrating patterns. So you turn it on up at the top here. And these are deeper vibes. So I like to say this is more like a Harley Davidson versus a Kawasaki. So you're gonna feel like a deeper vibe. The bottom one are the straight vibes for like the slow to fast. Boink, boink. I can't talk when things vibrate, so sorry, I have to turn it off. Okay. So ADD plus it just feels good. So that's where the on and off is. This second button is where you would have the different patterns, and the bottom button is the slow to fast. It also has some cool texture right here too. Why does it get small right here? Because when we have the big O, our muscles kind of like clamp, but then they like start pushing. And so this way, when it clamps, it actually clamps around the smaller part. So it doesn't go flying out, because when something's one, what would that be? Size, like a
Circumference,
shaft. Yeah.
one
Gets-
diameter,
yeah, like say maybe like that.
one girth.
I just want to show this all the time. I don't know what.
I know.
It gets shot out. So that's why things are tapered, you know, they go bigger and then to the taper. Also, I'm like the pelvic floor queen right now. And this is really good to practice your Kegels on too, because it's a little bit bigger. So you can really concentrate on squeezing around this part too. Because that's important. Super important to use cleaner. We pay good money for our toy. This also has gold on it. Ooh. And if you use regular soap, it is porous. This is a high grade silicone, but there are still pores. If you use soap, it gets a soap scum on it, and when you put it inside of you, then you get that soap scum, and you can get a yeast infection. If you use antibacterial soap on it, then the soap scum is antibacterial. Put it inside of you. It doesn't know, your body doesn't know, like we have good bacteria and bad bacteria, but antibacteria kills all the bacteria. So then you're going to get a bacterial infection. Wendy Williams once on her show, I was flipping out, said, put them in the dishwasher. Oh my God, I don't even need to go how terrible that is for our toys and our vagina. But very important to use cleaner. I always say like wash it just with water, spray it on, kind of clean it. And then I always say wash it off, because the less that goes in you, less is more.
Right.
So this is Enchanted, and congratulations. I'll show you where to plug it in real quick.
While you're doing that, I have a question. I thought Enchanted was kind of a green, but on
It
your
is, it's
screen-
teal. It's like a
Oh,
green
it is
teal, but
teal. Okay.
it's showing up kind of like the,
It's showing up almost turquoisey, and so I was
yeah,
curious.
it's, I guess Enchanted would be like a forest, maybe is what
Yeah,
I think of.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's kind of like a darker
And
teal
then
green.
my other question is, I know you said it was a low frequency rumbly vibrator.
Mhm.
I was under the impression that, and I haven't held one, I was under the impression that was the strongest vibrator we have. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say so. This would be like, I would call this like the luck. Like this is the best of the
Interesting,
best.
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's where you plug it. It's in the back,
Okay.
and that's the front where the beads are and the on and off.
Okay.
So that, and I just love it. I love this. So
Okay.
I hope you do too.
I think I'm gonna add it to my demo. So
Yeah.
I
it's
got
okay.
one for $12.
Ooh, congratulations.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
So now we are going to hear from Shireen, and Shireen is going to give us a little tutorial about pirate ship, which is particularly of interest, especially for new consultants, I'm sure.
Are you able to let me share my screen?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Let me see what I have to do that. Let me find the woman with the asterisk. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna make you the host. Now you have all the control, Shireen. A PowerPoint presentation?
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
I keep having to move everybody's faces out of the way so that I can. All right. So a pirate ship, a lot of us are already using it, but I felt like it was probably time to kind of do either a refresher, because some people maybe don't ship as often, or they're kind of doing it the old school way or whatever. I heard somebody say they hated going to the post office, or they put in the comments of a chat one time, you know, a recent call, and I was like, absolutely not, don't do that. So pirate ship, you're going to save money and of course time, and you're going to actually get your shipping at a discount. So it's a web-based service that allows you to ship, track, and schedule your packages. And it is truly the cheapest shipping rate. I had a conversation. We have a little teeny tiny post office near me, and the gentleman that works there was nice enough to spend some time with me. And he told me that they negotiate a rate that is lower than even the when you go on USPS.com. So you are getting one of the lowest rates possible if you ship through pirate ship. No monthly service fees, charges, or contracts or anything like that. It's free to use. And then all you need, a lot of people think they need all this fancy stuff. I use a cheap, and I mean cheap, like already had it, kitchen food scale. And then of course your poly mailers, you do need a printer so that you can print your labels. You don't need a label printer. You can graduate to that as you go. And then of course you do need a measuring tape, because that you'll need to know the size and weight of your packages. And then of course tape, so that you can print your labels on paper for now, and regular packing tape. So after you create your free account, you're going to use the settings tab to configure your account. This is where you'll control your email, your password, your label size, return address, tracking email, and payment. Oopsie, I did that. Darn it. Hold on. I'm hitting the wrong button. There we go. Tracking email, and of course payment information. You'll enter your credit card so that it sits on file, so that you pay for your postage out of the same account each time. You don't have to go in and enter payment information all the time. General settings is where you control your label size. 4x6 is recommended. The smaller size option does not accommodate customs forms for international or APO, which may not seem like a big deal until you get that one random package that you have to send out, and you realize that you've got to go in and you've printed it and it's wrong and all that stuff. Make sure that your file type is PDF. And then of course, address correction settings is on, because that will tell you, it kind of auto populates addresses as you start to enter them. That's super convenient and nice. It's recommended that your business email is the one that you link to your pirate ship account. Don't put your personal email if you have two. I do recommend that you have two separate emails, a business and a personal, but don't put your personal, because that's going to be the email address that your notifications go to, that come from, to your customers. And then of course, make sure that your time zone setting is correct. That's very important, because it tracks like what day you create the label, so that it knows when that package is, to estimate package shipping, if that makes sense. Choose how you'll pay for postage. You can add more than one card, and then choose which card becomes your default payment. So if you have 2 or 3 accounts that you kind of have your NCP money in, you can put all of those in there, but you're going to have one as your default. Each postage label amount will be deducted as a single transaction unless a default payment amount is set. So what that means is, if you set a default payment amount of $20, it will consistently deduct $20 every time it gets below a certain dollar amount in your bank. I don't do that. I just do individual transactions and let it just do its thing. Return address. You'll have one default ship from address, but multiple options can be saved. So a lot of times I used to trade product with people, and I would put their address as an address as a ship from. So that way, if there was any issues, the package went back to them either way. So I have all those either way. And I also have a default address that has nothing to do with naughty cocktail parties, because I also use my pirate ship to like my son or my grandson or whatever, I have it saved with and without. That's what I said. Okay, so tracking email. You can create a shipment notification to send to your recipients with tracking information. I strongly advise that you write your own, because the default verbiage is very piratey. And yes, that's a word because I said so. It sounds like a pirate is talking. And so you want to make sure that the information that your customers are getting sounds like it's coming from you. Maybe it says, thank you so much for your order. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that it's something that you would normally say and that they know that it doesn't. Because I'm not going to lie, when I first looked at Pirate Ship, I kind of thought it was a little bit shady, and I kind of held off on trying it out for a little bit because it just seemed kind of gimmicky. So if you leave that default shipping notification verbiage in there, it's going to look kind of funky. I have the notification set to go out 1 hour after the label is created. This allows me to delete the label before the email is sent in case I messed it up somehow, in case I did something wrong, put in the wrong address, did whatever. It's not going to send a notification. It's going to sit on it for a minute and then send it out. Okay. You can also you can save commonly shipped packages as a preset package option, which saves you time so you don't have to weigh and measure the package. For example, if you have like a coochie, if you do like a, what's the free coochie for a year, and you choose the option to mail it one at a time throughout the year, every 3 months or whatever, you can have a single coochie refill as a preset package, and you can just select that preset package. You don't have to sit there and weigh it and measure it and do all of that. And then to ship a package, you're going to use the ship tab in the menu bar, click the create a single label on the top of the screen. Then you're going to create your shipping label by first entering the shipping address, including email. If you want the shipping notification to send, you have to include that email. Obviously, that's your customer information. The system will also fill known addresses as designated by USPS, so it makes it quick and accurate. The important thing here is, I don't know if you guys can see on the screen, but this box right here, you can actually paste from wherever you have their information. So if you're a digital person and you collected their data digitally, whether it's through Project Broadcast or Square or whatever, you can just copy and paste the information. You don't have to retype it, and it'll fill in the boxes for you appropriately. Verify the ship from address is the correct one. Use the drop-down menu to select an address, or if it's other than your default address, and then enter the package type. Is it a box, a padded mailer, a poly mailer, priority, if it's prepackaged, preset USPS mailing, that kind of thing. And then of course, enter the weight, the package size in inches, and the weight and the size in inches. It's important that you know that Pirate Ship doesn't do increments. So if your package is 7.2 ounces, it's 8 ounces. Period. End of story. That's just how Pirate Ship works. I think that might be part of their negotiation. I have no idea, but you can't put, if you put in the point, I don't even think it'll take it. I haven't done it in so long. I don't remember, but I don't think it'll even take the decimal point type of thing, you know? So you just round up. I always recommend rounding up anyways, because you never want to get caught without enough postage on your package, right? Then once you get to this screen, it will tell you the best, most reliable options. Sometimes that's the cheapest, but not always. So pay attention. Use the little caret right here next to the price, and it'll tell you all of your options. It'll be like a drop down, and it'll tell you all of the options. Make time to go talk to somebody at your post office like I did and get familiar with USPS policies and regulations. For example, if something is over 15.1 ounces, because remember, Pirate Ship doesn't do decimals. So if it's over 15.1 ounces, it's going to be 16 ounces. Anything over 16 ounces has to go either parcel, I forget what it's called now, cubic or whatever, or first class. You can't do, there used to be another option that was, I can't think of the name of it, but it was like a cheaper option. But if it was over a pound, you couldn't do it. So you need to get familiar with those different little nuances that USPS has. And if you have a little teeny tiny post office, honestly, if you waited in line at your post office, it doesn't matter if it's a small, non-busy post office or not. It's your turn at the counter. Ask all your questions, write them down and ask all your questions. And then you're going to use the arrow at the top right of the shipping label price to drop down. And that's where I said you can get the different things. Keep in mind that it is not, I learned very early on that it is not always the cheapest option to use flat rate mailers. If you are shipping locally, and what I mean by locally is I'm in California. If I'm shipping to California, Arizona, Nevada, if I am shipping within my region, I'm doing air quotes that you can't see. If I'm shipping within my region, flat rate mailers will actually cost you much more. So play around with your package options until you get really familiar with what were you gonna say, Jen? I can tell you're like,
No,
about-
I'm agreeing.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Flat rate mailers will get you unless you're shipping a distance, right? And then pirate ship also includes UPS rates now too. So obviously look at the pricing for that because it has come in cheaper than USPS, but you cannot drop off a UPS package at USPS. You have to go to a UPS shipping station. So sometimes if it's a difference of 15 or 20 cents, and I've got already, 4 USPS packages going out, I don't even bother. It's not worth the headache, the hassle, the time, all of that good stuff, right? Okay. And then you're going to print your label. You'll go back to the home screen where it has a list of all the labels that you've created. Select the label that you would like to print by checking the box. You can do more than one at a time. As you can see here, I have 2 selected in my fuzzy little picture. And then save paper. In the printer options on the screen, be sure to select 2 labels per page if you are using regular paper for labels. If you are using like a thermal label printer, obviously you're going to have to adjust your settings accordingly in your pirate ship, right? All right. Here's the best part of pirate ship. You can schedule a pickup right in pirate ship. You can choose to drop off at the post office if you like, but you don't have to wait in line. I literally just go, dump it in the little bin, and walk out. Everybody looks at me like I'm crazy, but I love it because it's done. Everything's paid, you're good to go, everything's done. But if you want, you can schedule a pickup and your mail carrier will take your packages the next mail day for you. So I leave them in I have a little basket on my front porch and they're gone. And I get a little notification that they've been picked up. It's pretty cool. It's cheaper. Using pirate ship is cheaper, easier, and you can do it any time of the day. So a lot of times I do my shipping at 11 o'clock at night and then just schedule the pickup for the next day. And I don't have to deal with running to the post office because I have 2 jobs and my business. I don't have time for all the craziness of standing in line at the post office. I haven't stood in line at the post office and I can't tell you how long. So it's super easy to get started too. So, and user friendly. And keep in mind, time is money. So don't do it last minute when you're super stressed out and this package should have been out 3 days ago and your customer's waiting on it and you're freaking give yourself some time there is a bit of a learning curve when it comes to knowing the little nuances of USPS, but honestly, it's absolutely worth it. I've saved so much money. And then at the end of the year, when you're doing your taxes and stuff, you can just print a report. It tells you what you've spent on postage and all of that stuff. It's fantastic. I love it. So I can answer any questions. This was kind of like a little bit of a crash course because I know a lot of you guys have used it before, but some people forget it's even there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have you on 2 phones. Hold on.
You're good.
Okay. The first question was, okay, you said about having an account for your family and then one for NCP. Can you
Nope.
do that? No.
It's not 2 accounts. It's just
Okay.
a different return address. So
Oh,
my
okay.
family doesn't get an NC because my packages that I send to my customers, they don't say naughty cocktail parties or anything like that. They just say it's like a code for who I am. They know. I tell them at my parties, this is what your return address is going to say. But my family just gets my name and my address. And so I have 2 return addresses saved for
So
me.
I guess I have 3 questions. What do you say for your customers?
In the return address,
Yeah.
it says your LPL because I am the Love Potion lady. So it's
Okay.
LPL.
Okay.
And then I have my name, your LPL, Shireen.
Okay.
So that way it's still incognito so that if they
Right.
live with their family member or something, they don't have to worry about them seeing it.
But you use your regular street address?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then my other question, when you were talking about the flat rate boxes, you keep them at your house and then you can print something up for your flat rate boxes? Or do you have to do?
Flat rate is an option to select when you're selecting the packaging. So
Okay.
I almost always, 99% of the time, I am using a poly mailer or a padded mailer because it is the cheapest way to ship almost every
Okay.
package. So even if something is in a box inside a padded mailer, you're going to get a better shipping rate.
Okay.
That's just almost always. Sometimes it doesn't make sense because the order's too large and you have to put it in a box or whatever.
Mhm.
But I almost always use a padded mailer.
Okay.
But I just buy bulk poly mailers and I have a drawer of them and I just,
Where do you get? Do you just get them on Amazon or Temu?
sometimes I've been ordering them from I think it's called Smile Mail. I'll drop it when I'll look for the
Okay.
website. But yeah, I just find the cheapest option. If I want to change up my design or something, I kind of do a little shopping around or whatever.
Okay.
But but almost always it's a poly mailer we've got plenty of bubble wrap nowadays. So with bubble wrap and that type of thing, because I make sure that and I wrap it tight. That's the other thing. A lot of times people don't like to use poly mailers because they worry that things are going to break. If you fold that poly mailer till your package is snug, it's equally as secure, if you ask me, as a box.
Okay.
I've never had anybody say their package arrived, damaged.
Sometimes I'll sandwich something between like cardboard and
I don't even think you need to do that if you, to be honest.
Okay.
I just wrap it super tight. So wherever I just fold it over until it's a snug fit.
Do you put your liquids in like a Ziploc?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Especially the ones that tend to be culprits for leaking. For me, the aftershave spray is a culprit for leaking.
Yeah.
So that one, yes, almost always.
Okay. Thank you.
I think Cindy asked, how's it?
I can't see the chat, so yeah, somebody's gonna have to.
Cindy asked, how does it compare with USPS.com? It's cheaper.
Way cheaper, like by about 20%, I think.
Yes.
and that's a guess. I didn't math it, but it is a negotiated price that is cheaper than USPS.com.
It's also, well, I don't know if it's friendlier because I've used USPS.com too, but it's very friendly.
Yeah, I think it's easier to use. I use my one job. We have retail products that we sell for security and trauma kits and stuff like that. And I have to use USPS because I've tried to switch them to pirate ship and they, for whatever reason, want to spend more money. So it frustrates me because I feel like USPS, there are more steps to ship a package than with pirate ship. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I feel like pirate ship's easier. Yeah. Well, great. That was very useful. And now we have it on video. So that was super useful. Thank you.
Pretend that I wasn't getting my nails done when I was.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Oh my God. I thought
because I overcommitted. What's new?
So no, so that's great. So that'll be very good for me to snip out of here and put on a on our newbie information to just see all about pirate ship. So that's awesome. Okay, thank you, Shireen. Can you pass it back over to me? Said one control freak to the other. And meanwhile, did you already do it, Shireen? Oh, okay, thank you. So now Tandy is up and she has another baffling question that you guys will never guess.
Okay, multiple choice again. What is the glow effect? Do y'all already know? And some input in the chat. But here's A. The glow effect is Santa's skincare routine app that creates a radiant glow achieved through 11 months of naps, cookies, and zero stress. B, the holiday season where more women wear body glitter to parties than any other time of the year. I love the teenagers right now. Or C, a scientific pheromone where a person becomes instantly more attractive when illuminated by twinkle lights and fireplace flickers. Or D, the magical aura surrounding anyone who entangles your holiday lights and enjoys decorating the Christmas tree. Okay, A, B, C, or D. What do y'all think? All right, everybody saying C.
D for
D
sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
That magical aura surrounding you if you untangle your lights.
If someone
Christmas vacation.
and the Christmas tree lights for you, yes.
Okay, yes, it is C. Now I found this funny when I read it because I have one of those blow up lights and stuff to do my makeup, and every time I turn it down on that one that just it's like a very small light, I look more pretty.
I know. So yeah,
It's that glow.
yeah, I have one mirror in my house. It's like I have to remind myself this mirror lies. It looks like it thinks I look fabulous, and I know all the other mirrors is telling me the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, Nina said none of the above.
So apparently it's a scientific phenomenon. It's a scientific fact that
Yep.
holiday
And so when it attracts when illuminated by twinkle lights and the fireplace flickers.
yes,
I gotta remember
people are
remember
more
that.
attractive. People are more attractive. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to Nicole Janssen, and we're going to learn about a few products from Nicole.
Hi, everyone. First of all, Jan, I'm so excited that y'all were late today and not on schedule because I just got home from the ball game. So I'm happy that y'all are behind.
Yes, we're running way behind. So.
All right. So what I'm going to show you, and I can't take credit for what I'm about to tell you because everything I'm about to tell you, I've learned from someone else or calls like this right here. So I always learn from other people. All right. I'm going to show you 4 different things, but Jan reminded me earlier that one of these have retired. So I have blush right here. That's the retired one. He's going to just be helping me out, okay, just for the moment. But anyways, all right, so I have, hold on. Let's make him stick. I'll lick on him. Okay, I have Crave here. What'd you say, Michelle?
I said, ha, Tui.
Exactly.
I'll lick on it.
Okay, so I have Crave here, and that's a masturbation sleeve. Okay, Crave, and I'm going to pair that up with the hybrid lubricants because that's the one I sell at my parties. That's the one I sell most of. I always say the different ones, but that's the one that costs the most, so I always like to sell that one. Okay, so with Crave, right, this is how I introduced him. So I want you to picture your partner, if your partner has a penis, right, laying down on his back. Now maybe this is his birthday, could be an anniversary. You're just trying to kind of surprise your partner with a penis. All right, lay him down naked on his back. All right, and what you're going to do is you're going to reverse cowgirl. You're going to crawl up on him with your back towards him. Okay, now you got this little buddy earlier from your naughty lady. Okay, and you have it under the cover somewhere. You're going to whip this baby out, and he's not going to know that you have this right here. Okay, so you're going to put a pump right here on the tip. And you can also put a pump right here on the tip of the penis. Can y'all see my penis? I don't know where it is on the
No,
camera.
we can see it. Yeah, we can see it.
Because I cracked my phone earlier. I dropped it, so my screen is shattered. Anywho, yeah, perfect for that. So you got your dab of lubricant, right? And you have your blush or your, well, your penis in front of you. All right, we're going to slide that on here, okay? Now that lube is, that hybrid lube, it timed out to last the longest. So this is good for regular intercourse. This is good for, safe for your toys. It's 95% water-based, 5% silicone. And also, thick enough for the backdoor play. So that's the one I like to tell everybody that you need. Let's knock it all out with one lube. Okay, so we're on top, right? And we're just massaging this on your partner, and he's like, what is going on down there? Okay, and if you want to, you can nibble on the tip. You can give a little gagging noises, whatever you want to do, just to spice it up and keep it going, right? And this also is going to make our life a lot easier. If you have that gag reflex going on, all right, you're not going all the way down. So we're just nibbling on that tip. All right, so when you hear him grunting in the back, and you know what this means, let's move our hair out of the way, right? We're about to get nasty. It's going to go somewhere, okay? Don't worry about that. What we're going to do is hold down the base of that sleeve. We're going to jerk it up real fast like that, and he's going to be like, holy shit, like, what is going on? Who is this girl, right? This is the one I met, 8 years ago. All right, so all that yucky stuff is going to be trapped inside this baby right here. Now you can throw it in the corner or whatever. We're going to find it later and clean it out for sure. Definitely get the toy cleaner with that as well. And the toy powder is really great because this material right here is sticky, okay? And it will attract dust, pet hair, all the nasty stuff. So definitely get the toy powder after you use the toy cleaner as well. All right, so that's the hybrid, that's the Crave sleeve. But guess what? If you wanted to add a little flavor in there, just for yourself or whatever, flavor is never wrong. Okay, it's never bad. So you can also pair that up with the oral gel. All right, so this is the cotton candy. We also have the mint. We have the berry going on. So put a pump of that on there. It'll be flavorful. It'll feel good to your partner as well, and it's pH balanced. Okay, so you're safe to go inside after that. All right, I think that's got it, Jan.
Very nice. I loved it. Very nice. I'll have to remember some of your lines there. That was great. All right. Okay. So now it's me, and I am going to talk to you guys about that your words matter. And so you heard, or you read, hopefully you read what I wrote to you about, are you struggling with your messaging? Okay. So so work with me. This is going to be interactive. So you're going to be helping me out in the chat, answering some of the things I throw your way in the chat. Okay. So, and I will tell you where I got this from, and you can go check them out. There's a book, there's a podcast, there's all those things. I didn't make any of this stuff up, but I paraphrased it for this training. So, so I'm going to start with Nicole. Are you still on speaker?
I am now.
Okay. All right. So I have a question to you. So say I send you a package in the mail, and it's from Jan, right? And you open it up, and it is a 20-foot rope and a note that says, hey, I had this in my garage, and it's a really good rope, and I just wanted to give it to you. What would you think about getting a 20-foot rope from me? Honestly, what would you think?
I don't know.
Did you think?
I'd be like, what the fuck? What is this
Yeah, I
for?
was gonna say, what do you think? WTF? Okay, right. You think, what is that? Okay, so and now you can go off speaker. Okay, so you would just go, what the hell is she doing? So now I'm going to tell you a story, and we're going to use Nicole, but it could be any of you. You're all my heroes of this story, but right now Nicole's going to be the hero of this story, right? And so Nicole, my hero, is walking along, and Nicole falls into a hole. And now she's got a big problem. People are just walking by, and she's stuck in the hole. And all of a sudden, I come along, and I look over the edge of the hole, And I say, hey, Nicole, oh no, you're stuck in a hole. I'm so sorry. That's awful. So now Nicole is going to feel like finally somebody's looked down here. Somebody cares. Somebody feels, like they realize I have a big problem here. And now I throw Nicole a 20-foot rope. Now, Nicole, how do you feel about that rope, that same rope?
I feel like it came in handy there.
Yeah, so now I threw down one end of
Agree.
the rope, mind you. So I threw down one end of the rope. I have the other end. All of a sudden, that's the thing you need, isn't it? You don't need anything else. You just need that damn 20-foot rope that you would have thought, what the hell, if you got it random. So now in this story, I've made my customer, Nicole is my customer. I made my customer my hero, and I am playing the guide of this story. She's the hero and I'm the guide, and I'm going to help the hero. And the story is interesting to anybody who's fallen in a hole. The story becomes really interesting that somebody's going to come along and throw them a rope, right? And the problem, which was the hero, and this is true with all stories, by the way, there's a hero who ends up with a problem, and the whole story is the hero trying to solve a problem. More or less, that's what these plots are all about. So the problem becomes the plot of the story, right? So now I'm going to tell you, so that's that story. Now I'm going to tell you a completely different scenario. And I don't know if I need anybody off of mute for this one. So let's say I'm gonna take Trudy. Trudy, why don't you go off mute for just a second? Okay. So Trudy, you need to get a Christmas gift for your niece. Okay. And so you're thinking of maybe you're gonna get her a game. Okay. Some kind of board game. Okay. So you don't know anything. You don't know what game is going to be good. In all honesty, where do you think you're going to go? Probably the easiest shopping for that game.
Walmart.
Okay. Walmart. Okay. What would you do if it was online?
Amazon.
Amazon. Okay. So if you go on Amazon and you're looking for that game, right? What are you going to do?
Search a game.
Okay. Then you find that you see a bunch of games. Now what are you going to do?
Search.
How are you going to pick that game?
Look for prices.
Prices. Okay. So you're going to read prices. Are you going to read anything else?
Try to narrow it down. Fun game.
Okay. And so you've got a bunch of fun games in front of you. What are you going to do to pick which one? What are you going to do?
Look for the stars on the games.
Okay. The stars
The
on
ratings.
the ratings. Anything else?
Look at the reviews.
The reviews. Okay. You're going to read the reviews. Okay. And I suppose you might read the description of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so if you think about Amazon, is that really a pretty website? Like really pretty?
No,
It's shitty looking.
it's pretty terrible.
It's pretty ugly. Now,
Yeah.
how many people go on that website and they order from that website? I mean, like you guys, some of you probably did it today. We do it all the time, right? We go to Amazon, we order something.
Yeah.
And the only way to make the decision, Sherry did, and the only way to make the decision is we have to read something on that website. It has nothing to do with how pretty the website is. The website's hideous, but it's extremely handy. And if you were looking for a game for your niece, eventually you're going to read some words. You're going to read the description. You'll look at the picture, but you'll read the description. Maybe you'll look at the stars. Maybe you'll go to, I always go to the worst star and see what they complained about. So you probably do a few of those things, right? The bottom line is you are going to make that decision because of words. That's the only way you're going to make that decision is the words. You might, other than the picture, there's nothing else. There's words. And if we're at a party and we're doing a sales presentation, like Nicole just did, it's what Nicole says that's going to sell that product. If Nicole said nothing and she shoved the Crave in everyone's fingers, you know, like you tend to do after you've done your presentation, have them feel the inside, it wouldn't sell the Crave like what Nicole said about the Crave. So the point of the story is, it's words that are going to sell whatever you're doing. The words are so important, and how pretty the website is and what colors they are isn't actually that important. And if there's the story of how the company was formed and all that stuff, it's not that important to the customer. It's the words that will help them make that decision. It's the words about the product that makes, whether they hear them or whether they read them. So now, next story. And this isn't a story, this is just facts. So now, what do you guys think is the organ of the body that consumes the most calories every day? What do you guys think? Just take a guess. You can guess in the chat. I'll see it. The organ that consumes the most calories, burns the most calories every day. My mouth. Tandy, is it your mouth? Brain. Cindy says brain. I didn't see I didn't see what happened before Tandy's mouth. Her mouth swallowed it all up. Okay, Cindy's right. It is the brain. The brain burns 800 calories a day thinking. And the brain has one job, think primeval, like from the word go with humans, has one job, and that is to keep us alive, to survive. And one of the things we need to survive is calories. And the brain is consuming the most calories of everything else. It's the brain. And so that is why, and we all say this, especially in this group, we all say it, we all know this sentence, a confused mind says no. Because the brain will filter it out. It's like, if it's confused, it does not want to waste any extra calories on trying to figure out what the hell you're talking about, right? The brain, it has to be easy. The brain, all the brain cares about is survival. And, you know, as we don't need, you know, every single thing to survive, it might be thrive. But nevertheless, the brain, it's not going to consume a bunch of extra calories trying to figure out what the heck you're saying. So if we know that words are the only thing that sell these products, really, more or less, I mean, feeling them helps, but you know, if you're selling online, you don't have that option. So words are the main thing that sells these products. And we know that the brain is going to ignore and filter out any noise and words that are confusing. Then we know that we absolutely cannot confuse in our words, in our social messaging, in our websites, if we have individual websites, anything. We cannot, what are you saying, Cindy? What is, oh, I get it, huh? Follows confusion, right, exactly. And so they will ignore you, they'll move on. And in this day and age, it's only seconds, right? It's just seconds. So Trudy is on Amazon, and there's, you know, 10, we're just going to pretend that it got narrowed down to 10 games. Those games have very little time with Trudy. She's a nanosecond. She is going to look at this game and she's going to read something and move on to the next game. It's just no time at all. And so that's us trying to sell the game there. So, so the only thing that actually holds a brain's attention, because a brain is thinking all the time, it spends something, I forget, I read something crazy, some crazy amount of time daydreaming. And so just moving off and thinking about something completely different. So the only thing that holds your brain's attention is a story. Like, that's what holds the attention. And so if you're watching a movie, it's amazing how long your attention will be held with this movie or reading a book. Whereas if you're doing anything else, your attention, it wanders off. You know, your brain wanders off and stops thinking about it and wanders on to some other thing. So now that I've told all the things, so we're talking about the story of the person in the hole who has a problem. We're talking about the that a brain is easily confused and will just say no and forget the whole thing. And that we are, so now I want you to picture a house. Okay, so I'm actually taking you somewhere here. So I want you to picture a house. So your business is the house, and there are 5 steps leading to the front porch. And the steps are to create curiosity, and the porch is where you would explain or enlighten about your customer about whatever product it is. And then the front door is where you make the sale and you actually go in. If somebody goes into your house, they've made the sale. So we're just going to talk about these front steps. So the front steps are going to spell out the word peace. Now, all these 5 front steps, all they are is they are the curiosity to get the customer to stick around long enough to find out more information about the product. Okay, that's all it is curiosity. It's curiosity sound bites. And so remember the story about the person in the hole. So for us to sell anything, we have to have a problem that we're solving. We absolutely have to solve the problem. In the case of the person in the hole, their problem was that Nicole was in the hole, that her problem was solved because I came along with a rope. I'm the seller, she's the buyer, and I'm solving her problem. Okay. All right. So now the 5 front steps are an acronym that spell out PEACE, P-E-A-C-E. So the first one, the first step, which is P, is the problem. So we're all going to come up with these, you're going to help me come up with them. And that the first step is the problem. So let's just I'm going to pick parties. So we're going to say we're selling parties or we're offering parties, right? Now, it doesn't have to be parties. It could be arousal oil. It could be, anything. It could have been the business opportunity. It could be any of the myriad of things that we sell, but we're going to use parties as our service or our product. Okay. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to, if the first step is P for the problem, and we're going to talk about parties, tell me what would there be, how do I say this? If our customer, the person we're aiming at to try to book a party with, what problem do they have that we're going to solve with that party? Okay, so tell me, what problem does this potential future hostess going to have that we're going to solve with her having one of our parties? Does anybody know? I mean, this isn't a right or wrong. This is,
They're curious about sex. They're curious about sex toys.
okay, so the problem is they don't really know anything about sex toys and they're curious about it. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, and that would be a reason to have a party. They don't have enough friends. No, not why wouldn't they have a party? What problem do they have now that we're going to solve with a party? What problem do they have now? Okay.
No money.
Okay, they will need to get their stuff for free. That's a good one. Okay. They want to have fun, and this is the way, their problem is they just haven't been having fun, and this is the way to have fun. Okay. They need to have something to do with their friends. Like they know they need to have a gathering and with their friends, they need to do something with their friends. They haven't seen their friends for a while, and this is a way to solve that problem. Okay, so you guys all came up with something. So my point is in these steps, which are sound bites, by the way, I didn't say that. These 5 steps are 5 sound bites. The first sound bite has to state the problem. So it might be something like, if you haven't seen your girlfriends in a long time, and it's finally time to have a gathering, that's the beginning of the sound bite. That's the first step, because I am now stating a problem. It has to be their problem. And I have a party that I'm going to not sell them, but that's the offer I have. So, so the other one that was, so getting together with your girlfriends was one. Oh, free stuff. That's right. Michelle said free stuff. So the free stuff problem might say something like, if you just don't have any money for sex accessories, but you really love them, ... We're not going to do the second soundbite yet. We're just going to state the problem. That states the problem. We're trying to sell them or offer them a party. Okay. So the first one is P, problem. If they don't have a problem, or they have a problem and you don't have a product for their problem, you're not making a sale to them, period. Okay, so just so you understand, if you can't state that there is an issue of why they need whatever it is, whether it be a party, a business opportunity, arousal oil, sugar scrub, a Jubilee vibrator, no matter what it is, you better be helping them solve some sort of issue, or else there's no reason. They're never going to buy it. There's no reason. So P is for problem. Now, remember, this spells peace. So E is for empathy. So the first one we just did, we're going to use Michelle's. So Michelle's case is, if you're on a budget and you just don't have any money for bedroom accessories, but you love them, we totally understand that problem. We know how you feel, because we love them too, but we only have so much money. Do you understand that I'm empathizing with a person? I'm stating the problem that they supposedly have. I've identified a problem they have, and now I'm relating to them. I'm empathizing with that problem. So it's basically, we know how you feel kind of thing, but you can say it in more detail than that, but it's going to boil down to, we know how you feel, or you're not alone. Okay, now A is the answer. And this is where it's really easy to not be clear. It's really easy to be flowery. It's really easy to try to be clever. And what this guy's telling you is, don't try to be clever. Don't try to be subtle. Don't try to be nuanced. Just be clear. And so the answer is, this is the product step that clearly positions your product as the easy solution. Okay. So in the case of Michelle's idea, it would be something like, if you're on a budget, but you love sex toys, so you just know you just can't afford them. We know how you feel, because we love them too, but we don't have all the money in the world. But I've got the perfect answer for you. Have a party, and then you can get your products for free. Okay, so I've stated the problem, empathized in some fashion, and now I'm giving this person the answer, or the rope, right? I'm giving them the rope. I had to tell them about the hole they were in. They might not know they were in that hole. I might have to tell them about the hole, but now I'm giving them the rope. Okay, and then C is for change. Change is, so this is the transformation that customers are looking for. So it's what change could, so I'm going to ask you guys, what change can you say that this customer gets by having that party? What change would you say that, what has changed? What's the transformation? In the case of Michelle's story, they start out, they didn't have the money. So what would be the change? Do you guys know? Helping them earn free stuff, free goodies, experience. Yeah. Basically, it's free. A shopping spree is probably the change. So that one might sound like, and so that one might sound like something like this, and I'm talking on the fly, so forgive me. Because I didn't write down I did not pre-write down the thoughts, I mean, the party itself choice. So with Michelle, you know, if you love sex toys, but you just don't have all the money in the world to spend, we get it. We love them too. But, sorry. But I have the perfect answer for you. And the answer is a party. As a hostess, you, at the end of your party, can be shopping for free and discounted items. And then the end, and then E is the end result, the happy ending. And the happy ending in this case would be, and not only that, but your friends are going to love you for finally having had a chance to get together and have fun. So you start with the problem, you point out that they have a problem, you point out the fact that you understand this problem, you have your empathy, have empathy around this problem. You give them the answer in absolute clear form, as clear as you can. And I probably wasn't that clear. So you would be saying something like, the answer would be something like, I've got the answer for you. Have a party and I'll come to your house and your friends will have a great, have a party. I'll come to your house and show you the products. Your friends are going to buy. You will get to shop for free and discounted items. And then the happy end is, and your friends will be talking about that party for a year and how happy they were that you guys got together. So it did the whole thing, and that was a party. Could do the same thing with arousal oil. You just start with a different problem. And so when I wrote you guys, okay, here it is. Do you struggle with your messaging to attract attention from your products? For your products? You're not alone. Even top businesses often don't use the right words. Join me on our monthly team call tonight to learn the easy to use formula. This could really be the game changer for you in 2026. You will know exactly what to say and confidently create any messaging campaign for any of the NCP products that you choose to highlight. That was the same formula. That's what I wrote to you, and that was the exact same formula. And I know that it caused a lot of curiosity because people were like, okay, well, I want to hear that. So it was the same damn formula that I just taught you. It's that piece. Now, this company is called Story Brand, and they have, if you pan back, there's a whole like a lot more formulas and you know, a branding and messaging and all that stuff. I just gave you what he refers to as the 5 curiosity sound bites that get to you, get them on the front door or the front porch. And the front porch of this house is where then you go into detail. That's when you go into detail. But if you go into detail, which we tend to do, or if you don't start with the problem, which we tend to do, then you're going to lose them from the get-go. And I don't have this in front of me written down, but I will tell you that he says on your website, and some of you guys have your own website, on your website, if you go to like a certain, let's say you've got arousal oil on your website, and I'm not talking Naughty Cocktail Party's website, I'm talking about your website, and it should say, if you struggle with fill in the blank, whatever the fill in the blank is, this product is your answer. In other words, that's as clear as it can be. There's no subtleties. There's no nuances. You know, you're telling them. And if they struggle with that, they're going to actually read it. But if they don't struggle with them, that's not your customer to begin with for that particular product, right? So I thought it was pretty powerful. I have changed some of my wording already to do that. And I'm not talking about my website. I'm talking about on social media. I have changed my wording but I'm a person who tends to mess with any kind of recipe. So it's hard for me to stick with their recipe. And I'm trying to force myself to stick with their recipe and not go off on a tangent. It's very hard. But the recipe is really easy. I mean, just think of that piece, PEACE. It's pretty easy. The problem, empathy statement, answer, whatever you got is the answer. C, the change that they're looking for, and E, the end result, the happy ever after ending. And that's it. And anything you want to talk about, business opportunity, anything, absolutely anything, you just plug that in. Now, naughty cocktail parties is kind of, we sort of are starting at a disadvantage, I thought about later, because our name is confusing, you know? And so because our name is confusing, we're starting at a disadvantage. But I listened to this guy's podcast and he would say, I'm working with, you know, a company, blah, blah, blah. And he would give the name, and the name would mean nothing to me because it was some sort of tech company. And it was like, you know, just a bunch of vowels put together or some damn thing, you know, it meant nothing. And I thought, well, if he can, and he wasn't complaining about their name. So if he can take somebody whose name is just like, you know, doesn't mean anything, and he can get them on point, on brand to whatever it is they're selling, whatever service or product they're selling, and make it just clear as a bell, then naughty cocktail parties, we certainly can do. Now, once again, I use parties. But what if you don't want to do parties? What if you want to do social media selling? Or what if you want to do social media parties? You just switch it to whatever you want to do. You know, whatever you are offering is what you switch it to. And if you can't come up with the problem that your customer would have that this would solve, I'm sure we can all help you come up with the problem. I'm sure we could help you brainstorm to find what problem this solves. Now, I will tell you that the problem that I felt the party solved, now the one Michelle offered was the old-fashioned one, was the standard one, free product, right? But the one I thought it solved, and I don't know how to say it, so we're going to have to figure out how to say it, is that ever since COVID, people aren't getting together. So they're not seeing their friends for a whole year. So if we can figure out how to, and preferably girlfriends, because I just think that's an easier sell. If we can figure out how to say, don't let another year go by, you know, without getting together with your girlfriend, like say something that if you can make that problem sound good enough, because that's what's going to make them stop and go, huh, what? That's what's going to make them stop. And then you start this, and then do the empathy. And then the next one is clear as a bell, whatever your pitch is to whatever you're offering. In our case, it's parties. Make it clear as a bell. You've got them, you know, you've successfully got them. And that's the key. And you can, once again, you can do it on any product, anything. Okay, so now let me see if there's anything else I wanted to say about that. The key is, remember, like in the story about the hero and the hole, you have to remember that it's all about your customer. Like, you can't position yourself the hero. You're not gonna, you know, like, who gives a shit that I've sold this product for 30 years? Really? Does it matter? So, you know, like, it's not about me. It has to be about them. So you have to remember, we're not the hero of the story. They're the hero of the story. We're just helping the hero. That's all we're doing. Okay. All right. Okay. So now I'm going to, and I can always put this on the group. Anything you want me to do, I'm going to put on the group. But now we're going to, Tandy has one last important question for us. So we have to answer Tandy's question, and then we're going to draw for prizes.
Okay, y'all. What's social overlapping? Or what's social overlap zone? What is a social overlap zone? Is it A, when two or more holiday traditions are celebrated at the same time, such as a Christmas tree and
A menorah.
in the same room? Is it B, when a party is both ugly sweater and dirty Santa gift exchange at the same time? Is it C, when 3 people find themselves under the mistletoe at the same time and they do one big 3-way kiss? Or is it D, a social gathering or different parts of your social circles collide, increasing your chances to meet someone new or being humiliated? Is it A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? When holiday traditions collide in our same room, or dirty Santa and ugly sweater at the same time, when 3 people find themselves under the mistletoe for a 3-way kiss, or a social gathering or different parts of your social circles collide, increasing your chances to meet someone or being humiliated. All right, the answer is D. Social gathering, where we all collide. Your social circles collide. You have more chances of meeting people or getting humiliated.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Okay. So Michelle, help me out. We're going to do prizes now. Michelle has 4 prizes, I think, from
Okay.
Brittany. This is from Brittany's products.
Yes. Okay. You want me to just show it?
Sure.
Okay. So the first is Pillow Talk. Ooh la
Ooh,
la.
Pillow
Talk,
talk.
baby.
I was thinking the same thing.
Pillow talk. Okay. Do you want me to give you, oh, Tandy, are you off speaker?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I want you to be off speaker.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Tandy, what I want you to do is, we have 20 people in, skip over me. You and Michelle are part of it. Give me,
It's okay.
Michelle's out. Give me, skip over Michelle. Give me number 6. Who's number 6? Just
Okay,
count,
let me look.
count your windows.
Let's see. 20 people? Am I seeing 20 people?
It says 20, I don't know.
Gloria Martinez.
Glory. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Pillow talk for you. Okay. What's the next one?
Glory.
Next is Coochie Sweat Defense.
Oh, yes. You guys, I wrote 31 poems on that VIP. 31 friggin' poems. Me and ChatGPT combined. And believe me, I'm picky enough that the chat never got a full poem out without me editing it. But so I want you to check out the Sweat Defense poem because that's my personal favorite. Okay. So Coochie Sweat Defense. Okay, so why don't you give me number 13?
13. Lucky 13.
Yeah.
Hold on. Tanya Brantley.
Tanya! Yay, Tanya. Okay, you're gonna get your Sweat Defense. Check out my poem on that. Okay, so now next one is what, Michelle? What do you got?
Oral Gel.
Oh, mint. Oral gel mint.
Magic Mint.
Magic mint.
Magic mint.
It's magic because it's kind of not very minty.
Magic.
All right. So
Oh, it's magic.
there we go.
No.
All right. So what I want now is number 15. Michelle, you
Lorraine.
Vanna White there.
Lorraine.
Oh, Lorraine. Oh, congratulations, Lorraine. Magic mint for you. Okay, and then the last one is what, Michelle?
Is you've seen it before. You're gonna see it again. Sweat defense.
Oh, sweat defense. All
Woohoo!
right.
Woohoo! I love this stuff.
I know, I do too. If I show it, I sell it
That's right.
every time. If
Yep.
I don't show
I
it,
need to take some of those up to the boot camp.
They're
yeah,
the best.
if I don't show it, I don't sell it, even if I mention it. But if I show it, I will probably sell 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, so so let's go with number 19.
19.
Hopefully there is 19. It says there's 20. But if
No,
you
no, no, no. 19.
Yeah, wait a minute.
but if you get to the end and it's not 19, start at the beginning.
So the second to the last.
Actually, it goes back up to me.
All right.
So I was like,
okay, that's
hold up, we
absolutely
skipped.
fine.
Sorry.
Tammy, congratulations.
I was like, let me count that again.
No, that makes sense because Michelle's on there twice, I think.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Oh,
I'm gonna take this sweat defense and I'm taking it up to the boot camp. So
Nice.
there's a lot of sweaty boobs up there and balls.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Humidity.
For your birthday.
For your birthday,
Right.
and make sure you have to read my poem to them.
Okay, all right, I will.
I think it's like day 5 or 6 or something on there. So go on there and find my sweat defense poem, and I want you to, in a solemn voice, read it to
When
them.
are you going? I got to make sure I get it to you.
I made the commitment every day.
Oh, okay.
I
So I just
can't
need to
move
get
right
it to
now. I'm on day 2.
you. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Good
All right.
job.
Wow. All right. Very good. Okay, guys. Thank you for hanging in there. I hope my training made some sense. I kind of went
Oh,
off,
I love it.
but
I'm going to go live right now. I'm going to do it.
anyway, yeah, it's easy. It's super easy.
Mhm.
Try not to change the recipe, however. Okay, which I tend to do. Okay, guys, thank you so much. And I will be seeing you later. I will turn off the recording though right now. Okay.